Grand Rising wonderful souls, welcome to my channel. It's good to have you here. If you are new to my channel, welcome in. It's really good to see you. And if you are a returning subscriber, soul family, it's good to have you back. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for supporting Loku's Dog and Cat Care Rescue, which is the GoFundMe that I have going on down below. If you are curious about this GoFundMe, please have a look down below. All of the information is there. You do not have to donate if you do not want to. If you could just grab that link and share it with as many people as possible, it will make a difference. Thank you so much. Now, I wanted to dip straight into this reading. I just done a tiny little bit of like channeling before starting this reading, and I heard the words food for thought, and then I saw someone that reminded me of like Scrooge, like wearing those old school hats with the little bobble at the end, wearing like a nightshirt or a nightdress, and they're pacing up and down. And what they said was, you take what you want and you throw everything else away. Me, meaning them. Don't look at me like that. You have no idea what I've been through. I feel like there's someone here that feels very cast aside. They feel very much like I don't know if they have like set this image in their head or this narrative in their head that you've done them wrong in some way. So I want to kind of dip into this and why this came up. I'm going to be ringing this bell. This is just to cleanse the space around us. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, please turn down your listening device in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see. This person is giving the energy of someone who is older. They may be older than you, or I was going to say maturer, but I don't feel like this person is. I'm not saying that they're petty and immature, just there's something about regulating emotions that seems to be difficult for them. And I feel like if you were to have a conversation with them, this person, I don't know if you'd feel comfortable having a conversation with them. They won't give you eye contact, or they wouldn't, like if you were to ask them a certain question, if it's personal, if it's about like your emotions or how they've made you feel, then they blow up in your face. This person seems to be very avoidant of responsibility, or just avoidant of talking about like emotions, talking about accountability. Why is this giving me like someone's parent or someone's caregiver, someone's grandparent? We've got here the Page of Wands coming out. Okay, so yeah, this person has a much younger energy than their years. And I'm not saying that this person's youthful. It's not that they're youthful, because this person, in my mind's eye, they look tired. They look super duper tired. It's more that they seem to think it's easier to kind of sidestep anything that is a bit of a stress to them. They think that you're a bit of a stress. You may come across as a liability. Why do they see you as a liability? The Page of Wands is a very youthful energy. It's an energy that takes risks. It's an energy that is spontaneous, sometimes a bit irresponsible. Think of like you in your teenage years, or just a teenager or a young adult. You have the world at your, the world is your oyster. You're not really properly equipped for the world just yet, but we think we are. We think we know everything, right? I remember me when I was 14. It's that type of energy. The thing is though, this person seems to be projecting either how they feel about you onto you, or they're holding close to themselves the identity of you when you were a child or when you were a teenager. Because you hear, like if you're a parent, your kids will always be your babies. Doesn't matter what age they are, they will always be your babies, right? And I've heard that many a time working with kids, parents saying that it doesn't matter if they're 30, they're still going to be my baby. The thing is though, is that there's a positive connotation to that, and then there's a negative one, which is quite codependent, which is that they're always going to be seen as unable to deal with the world. I'm always going to be the one that needs to run them, or they're always going to need me in that way, which I know it's not supposed to come across like that, but that's what it's stating, my opinion, right? And this person, I think they're holding this view that you have always been either irresponsible or flaky, or you've always needed help. You've always been codependent. You've always been childish. You've always been youthful, like time to grow up, but you never did. And I think that this person may have missed the fact that you're just, it's like ever the Peter Pan. Having that youthfulness, connecting to your inner child is a really beautiful thing. And why am I being shown this? Why is this person so angry? Because you've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant. We also have the Hermit in reverse. There's something, this is the reason why I saw Scrooge, because the word that I actually got in my mind was curmudgeon. Okay, and I remember, I remember my older sister once shouted that at my dad. She was just like, "You're an effing curmudgeon." And I didn't know what it meant because I was like a teen, and I was like, what does that mean? And I think my dad didn't know what it meant either, and I had to go and like research it. I was like, oh, an old person who just counts their money, counts their pennies, and that's what they care about. And oh my gosh, I was just like that. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm getting here, is someone, this person has curmudgeon energy. They are very money centered, and it may be because they have either a limiting like thought belief or view or perception on their relationship with money, or there's something about poverty mindset here. Because when you think of Scrooge, Scrooge really is just about his money and making sure that he's got his money, going to count everything here. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out. We also have the Hierophant coming out, and then we have the Hermit in reverse. Now the reason why the curmudgeon word really clicked for me is because I feel like something legally is going to be handed to you or given to you, and this person is going to have something to say about it. They may not think that you are responsible enough to have whatever it is that's coming in. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow burn. It literally is a slow burn. When you think of all the other pentacles, there's a lot of growth going on, a lot of movement. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest in the deck. I mean, he's not even in his car. He's taken a cigarette break. He's switched the engine off. It doesn't mean that, you know, it's unobtainable, whatever this finance is or this blessing is. It just means that it takes longer to come in. And when it takes longer to come in, it means there's more growth. It takes, when you think of a plant and how you plant that seed, you don't see what's growing for at least a couple of weeks until it sprouts. And even then, you have a very long way to go until you have a massive plant, right? So there is some sort of investment. There is something that may have been delayed for a very long time that is coming towards you. And it's coming towards you in a very legal, official way. Because the Hierophant is about, you know, larger institutions. It could be court. It could be the police department. It could be someone who reads out a will. Now, you also have the Hermit, and the Hermit's coming out in reverse. So the Hermit is usually about going within. It could also be about isolating yourself. I feel like with the Hermit being in reverse, this is something that, I don't know why I'm getting something about pushing you outside of your comfort zone. I don't know if what you're like when it comes to confrontation or having eyes on you. But this is going to push you out of your comfort zone, without a doubt. But, you know, that's growth. If we stop growing, if we don't get out of our comfort zone, then we stop growing, we stagnate. That being in reverse as well, though, there's something about your work changing or your routines changing because of what it is that you're given. And you definitely have this person with curmudgeon energy that is vexed. They're vexed. They don't think that you deserve it. They don't think that you'll be able to handle it. Okay. Some little crows out there that are agreeing. They don't think that you're going to be able to handle this. Well, there's something about them feeling like they rightfully should be getting some. Like, you just take what you want and throw everything else away. Me, don't look at me like that. You have no idea what I've been through. This is somebody who feels like they have given to you, and now that they need, there's something about financial help, or they're down on their luck. You're not giving to them, or they don't think that you'll give to them, and they're angry about it. The thing is, though, the energy of this person, I keep hearing it's abusive. This person is abusive in some way. I don't know if you had a narcissistic parent, or if you had an elder who, I keep getting abused. There's something here about like either neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse. There's something here where this person has a very selective memory. very selective memory. And it's that I've seen a lot of like memes and jokes and stuff about how you'll have the older kid and the middle kid talking about, yeah, do you remember mum used to beat my butt with a spoon if I did, and then the mum would be like, I never did that, what are you talking about? Me? I'd never do that. The youngest kid didn't get anything happening to them. It was only the oldest ones. And the parents going, I don't know what you're talking about, and if I don't remember it, it couldn't have happened. That's the energy that I'm getting from this person. This kind of like, me, I didn't do anything bad. I've done the best that I could with raising you, or I did the best that I could with A, B, and C. You have no idea what I've been through. Now it's your turn to reciprocate. You need to give that back to me. But I get that this person is they're either estranged from you, or you are on very like, it's very strained. I don't know if you're grey rock, what is it called? Grey rock, grey stone, grey wall, one of those ones where you kind of don't give them as much energy as you did before. You only give them a little, enough that they will get bored with you and move on to their next victim. That's what I'm getting here. So I'm going to put the Knight of Pentacles down. I feel like whatever comes in for you, whatever it is that's being handed to you, should have been given to you when you were a teenager, or when you were, why did I get the actual word? I got the number 12. When you were 12, you were supposed to get this, and it was delayed. Sorry, I put like little peanuts outside for the crows, so they go a little bit crazy sometimes with the amount that I put out. And there will always be one that just shouts out to everyone else. Why am I telling you this? This person's going to try and make, they're going to try and make it public. They want to do something public. There's something here about, well, I'm going to make sure everyone knows. I'm going to tell everybody about this house, about this inheritance, this payout, this blah blah, even though you want to keep it on the down low. Like, how do they find out? I feel like they find out they're not going to find out from you. Major Arcana as well. This is a number 9. Interesting. The Hermit was always a number 6 for me. I'm going to put it in reverse. How did they find out about this? I feel like there's not a direct message to them. It may be a letter. Why am I getting this? A letter. Yeah. You've got the Chariot coming out, and it's in reverse. You also have the Knight of Wands coming forward. This is the energy of something moving very quickly for you. Very, 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 very quickly for you. Like, when the ball starts rolling, it's going to turn into an avalanche, like, really quickly. And I don't want to use timing. I don't want to say in 2 weeks, in a month, in 6 months, because time is linear. Time is not linear. Excuse me. Scrap that. It's not linear. We've made that into a human construct, you know. Which is why with my readings, I can be picking up on past, present, or future energy, and sometimes a mixture of all of them. And I don't want to put a time limit on it, because then we kind of box ourselves into, if it doesn't happen within that time, it's never going to happen. And the universe vibrates with what it is that we put out, right? So timing put to the side. I do feel like this is really, really close though. The Chariot being in reverse is a lack of healing here, or something being at standstill with the family, because the Chariot is Cancer energy. This is really, really falling out with someone. The Knight of Wands coming out to the Page of Wands. I do feel like there is something that you're going to be able to do with the money that you get, or with whatever this windfall is. It's going to speed something up. I feel like you're owed more than just what it is that you were supposed to get when you were 12. Because if this is like a certain amount of money, well, you were supposed to be given that when you were 12. How old are you now? How long have you been waiting for that? How long has that just been sat around for? Well, there's interest accrued on that. There may be other things that are accrued on top of that. You're going to be getting that as well. And you have someone here who is walking back and forward, like pointing their finger at you, going, I can't believe this. All of these years that I've raised you as your father, or whatever, or you're my son, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. There is definitely a lot of anger and a lot of spite. This person feels like you are being spiteful, like you are kicking them when they're down. We have the Moon coming down. We have the Moon coming down. We also have the Emperor in reverse. Now, the Moon coming down is weird. Why did I say it like that? because the moon is about emotions, but it also it sits over the 4th house, which is Cancer, family. This is family emotions, and this is something to do with the family. So there is definitely a family heirloom, a family inheritance, a family something that should have been passed to you a very, 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 very long time ago, and it's on its way. We also have the Emperor, as we said before. Now this Emperor being in reverse, I feel like this person might be angry because I don't know if they've lost their job, if their business failed, if they are, this person could have been an entrepreneur and they've lost it all, or they've done something with it and it has broken. They're very angry with something within a hearing, something within a letter that they are told. Look, you've got the Ace of Swords coming out, so there's a letter here. There's an information, there's some sort of communication coming through, and I feel like this information is given to specific family members. Like everyone needs to know about it. The Queen of Cups is coming out as well. This Queen of Cups has been like almost dominating a lot of the readings that I've been doing lately. Now, putting her down in reverse, yes, she is absolutely livid. She is livid. This is something that she sees as, you know, it would really set her up for life, or it would really help with some sort of debt that she may have. I do think that this person is struggling when it comes to finances, but I feel like this person is lonely. This person is lonely. I feel like they have cut off a lot of ties over the years. The reason I'm saying that is because the Queen of Cups is usually a very nurturing energy. It's the energy of mother. It's the energy of, you know, taking care of not only yourself and your emotions, but other people. It could be taking care of your children. I feel like this person, I don't know, there's something about them being cold, or like just not being very closed. The Queen of Cups in reverse is somebody who is really not tapped into their emotions, or how they regulate their emotions, or how they feel, just how they feel. It being in reverse also with the Chariot in reverse, this person may, they may have found it really difficult to be either a parent, a grandparent, to be a carer. There's something here with, especially with the Chariot in reverse, them carrying wounds. It may be generational trauma that they have carried and given to you, or tried to pass over to you. They're angry. This person seems to be very angry about something. And I think that they're angry before they even find out about this. Do you want me to take this one? No. Let me take this one here. Let's see. But there seems to be isolation coming in from this person. Like they've pushed everyone away, but they're not taking the blame. They're not taking blame or accountability for the fact that, look, we co-create our own lives. We co-create our reality. Things don't just simply happen to us without any rhyme or reason. We are the common denominator in every single experience that we have. So we have to have some control over what happens to us to a certain degree, and we can push against that and resist that. Don't claim it if you don't want to. If you don't want to be the master of your own universe, you don't have to be. But then it means that you give your power away to other people. This person here, because do you know what, I need to say that because some people get really annoyed when I state that we co-create our own universe. If you get annoyed by that, you need to ask yourself why, because it's got nothing to do with me and all to do with you, right? This keeps opening here to the signs are with you already. Like, you know who this person is. You know who this person is in your life. With a number 4 there as well, you know who this family member is. Okay, we also have creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. And look at the number at the bottom condensing down to a 4. There's a 31 condensing down to a 4. And it says, once upon a midnight dreary. I'm going to plot this one down here. Whatever it is that's going to be given to you is going to open up doors for creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. Blue is going to be very, 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 it's going to be a real pinnacle point, a real focus of this year. That's your throat chakra, of how you express yourself, how you speak, how you, I heard, get to a broader audience or widen your audience in some way. Okay, there's something here also with connecting in with past over loved ones, or them being more more present in your life, in how you connect with them. There's something here about lighting candles to your ancestors. If you haven't got an altar or a prayer space, you're being asked to make one, okay? And if you have got a very small amount of space, like me, I live in a studio apartment, finding like even a windowsill. My altar is a windowsill where I put candles, and like, you know, I have a little pot where I put thanks to the house and to the universe, and I put like my spare change and stuff. And I light candles on occasion. It doesn't have to be something massive. It doesn't have to be something major. It can be the smallest little part of your bathroom, or in your kitchen on the side by the fridge. You're being asked to do this. There's something about connecting into your ancestry, connecting into your loved ones, because something needs to be passed down here. This is not just about finance. It really is, but it's also about how you use that finance, not only to better yourself, but also how you express through your ancestors that gets to a broader audience and actually helps other people too. Stepping stones. I heard this is like the stepping stones. Now I'm going to put out this one as well. Okay, you do have a message coming through from an ancestor, and I look straight down at this one and it says cleanup time. Someone here needs to cleanse their energy or their space. There's something about reorganizing, rejigging the feng shui of your home. One second, let me close these windows, because when they like to play music in their cars, I get in trouble. One second, let me close these. Ooh, sorry about that, but YouTube is very strict, so that is better. No sounds coming in and out. But yeah, there's something here about letting the light in, like getting better, I don't know if it's like removing the curtains or changing the blinds or doing something along those lines, because I'm seeing light streaming into a darkened house, and you can see the dust almost hitting in the light. So someone may need to get an air, you know, an air dehumidifier or something along those lines. But this cleanup here, something here is going to definitely be cleared up when it comes to this specific person trying to stir the pot, because it's giving like someone winning the lottery, and everyone knows that this person's won the lottery, and the whole neighborhood is aware that Bill from down the road has, you know, has won the lottery, and Bill's a really nice guy and everyone's friends with Bill. So everyone goes to Bill and is like, Bill, can you pay my rent this month because I'm so short? And Bill's like, yeah, of course. And then another person comes over and is like, Bill, can you pay my daycare bill because I can only pay for this a month this month. I will pay it back to you next month. Yeah, sure. And then it keeps going and going and going, and each neighbour comes over. They're like, can you pay for this? Can you pay for that? Can you pay for this? Can you pay for that? And in the end, Bill feels like, well, I wish that I never had this money, because if I say no, then I become ostracised. And then if he does say no, people start plotting, well, we're going to steal from Bill. This is the energy that I'm getting from this Queen of Cups. Like, they want to bring in chaos. They want to bring in like this energy of, if you don't give to me and support me, I'm going to tell everyone in the community that you have this, this and this. And I'm going to make sure that they come to your door with pitchforks going, that's not fair, blah, 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 blah. So that's the energy that I'm getting from this person. And they feel like they are righteous for doing so. They honestly feel like they're righteous for doing so. So this cleanup time is also to do with your throat chakra. Let's have a look into this. Tell me about this Queen of Cups first with the Chariot. What do we need to know about? Okay. Time for a change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. And it just says Poe on there with the number 7. So there is some sort of truth that is going to come out from whoever this family figure is. I do feel like this person, there's something about them wanting to stay in the old. They don't want to change something here. They literally don't want to change something here. To learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. Okay, so this person may be someone who is like a bit of a technophobe. They may be scared of change, of new things. They may still have your number. If you're not speaking to this person, they may still have your number. I want some more information on that specifically. Rediscover your individuality and become the dragon. So I think this is also being told not to back down. If this person's like, I'm going to tell everybody and wherever, you'll be like, okay, whatever. They've got to believe you first. Whatever, I don't care. Why do I get like slight bullyishness from this person? I keep staring at the moon card over there. Okay, where would you like me to go? Oh, okay. Let's have a look over here. Can you tell me about the snow angel with the signs already with us? What's going on there? And remember, I did say in like my last video, I'm going to try and look at the camera a little bit more because I get so into the reading that I'm just like with my head bent. So you can hear me, but you just see the top of my head and that's it. So if I start staring into the camera, there's a reason for it, okay? I'm going to do these again just because too many cards came out. You'll get, if you're new to my channel, you'll really get used to my weirdness, I promise. Right, tell me about the signs are with you. Okay, so we have here the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. This is communication. This is the heart space because it's green, but it's also to do with communication. Archangel Raphael stands to our right, to our east. It's all about air, communication. So this is all the air signs coming through. There is some sort of communication that's going to come in very, very soon. This is quite exciting because this is life-changing. I feel like this is life-changing types of money or life-changing types of events. We also have rest and rejuvenation coming out. I feel like whatever this is that comes in for you, it really is a lifestyle change. It means that you won't have to work a 9 to 5, for example. It means that you won't have to, there's something about stress being taken away. That number at the top of that 19 condensing down to a 10, there is some sort of cycle that will actually end now. Why was this withheld from you? Okay, that's my little alarm letting me know that I've been chatting for half an hour, and sometimes my readings really go on. So I did just ask why this had been withheld from you, and it says on here for the 2nd house, your beliefs, what you value, and your resources. There's something about who you are, the family that you come from, your traditions, your customs, your beliefs, that for some reason seems to be, they were out of sync with whoever it was that was holding this back from you. Because I don't feel like it's the Queen of Cups that was holding it back from you. I don't think they even realized that this was coming towards you, but it means that somebody else was actually holding this back from you purposefully. And it had to do with prejudice. It had to do with maybe the color of your skin, the country that you came from, you know, the country that you were born from, excuse me, your religion, your faith. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely prejudice happening here. Tell me about cleanup time. Thank you. Now, cleanup time has in Aquarius, your vision, what's new and different about, use an unconventional way, and I feel like there's definitely going to be a change of heart for many people that may have already known about this and knew that it was held back. Or that it was, I don't feel like it was given to someone else. It may have. Your story is your story, right? But I do think that with your vision and what you do with this money or what you do with this windfall is going to change people's minds. And I know that you're not doing certain things or, you know, creating certain actions because you want other people to view you in a certain way. I feel like the collective that watches this channel couldn't give a rat's butt about other people and their you know, how they value you. I think that whatever it is that you use this for, it's going to help a lot of people, and it's really going to make people sit down and think about their actions. Because if there's other people who conspired to keep this from you simply because they are prejudiced, because they're ignorant, they're going to realize this. They're going to realize this. I feel like the potential that you have to create light, there's something here about pulling that drape across, like I was saying, and allowing the light in, allowing the love in, allowing the air in to flow, that they misjudged you. They misjudged you. They may have misjudged you because of your caregivers. They could have misjudged you because of your mum, your dad, your grandma, whoever it was that raised you. Because if this person is as money hungry as they're coming across as, then whoever it is that held this back just assumed that you'd be the same. Okay, can I get one more, please? Thank you. Ooh, and we've got here alchemy. Wow, alchemy's coming out here. This is healing a mother wound or healing some sort of ancestral lineage wound, especially when it comes to the divine feminine or the wounded feminine. There's time for a change, like being stuck in old ways of thinking. Fear is what I'm hearing, something to do with fear. Alchemy coming out. This is the reason why you're being given this blessing. This is why you're ready to take this money now, or this windfall, because you've been able to surpass some sort of wound that may have been passed down to you by a mother or a father or your caregiver, that had to do with limiting thoughts with your relationship to money, to poverty, to, you know, to starvation, or to whatever it may be that made, you know, family members beforehand in different generations feel unsafe. Okay, and you've got a win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because the alarm has gone off telling me to stop talking, and I need one to stop me from talking, otherwise I will talk for years. I hope this has given you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated and you'd like to see more when I post, I would love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe, and on the notification bell so you can see just that. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, hearts, kisses, I love you guys. If you would like to have a personal reading, please know that my readings are only open until the 14th of April. Once they have hit the 15th, they will be closed. I have a couple of spaces left. If you would like to have a reading, have a look in the description box. I have my email there. Just underneath my email, it has all of my services. It has the prices that I charge. Have a look, see which one fits what you want, your desire, and then get in contact with me and we can work something out. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.